Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Pit in Pojoaque. The nice facility down here, Mike, what's the name of this gym again?
Ben Lujan Gymnasium.
Ben Lujan, okay. All right. Anyway, and tonight the Hilltopper girls will take on the Pojoaque Elcats. This will be the second time that they have faced the Elcats. They came up Pojoaque came up to Los Alamos here a couple of weeks ago in a district contest. So Los Alamos is a fairly tight at the end of the first quarter, and then Los Alamos just blew it out. So the Hilltoppers ended up winning that game by 21. And so tonight, this is actually a battle for fourth place. Los Alamos probably will walk away with it. If the tiebreaker, I do believe that Pojoaque would have to beat us by 22, and I don't see that as a possibility. And this broadcast tonight brought to you by the Los Alamos Daily Post and Carol Clark. And we want to thank Carol and the Daily Post for their support of Los Alamos High School athletics, and the police department and the fire department also sponsoring these ball games. So we really appreciate that. So Mike, we won big last time, but you never know, especially down here in Pojoaque.
No, this is a very difficult place to win. And you know, the Elcats, this is senior night for the Elcats. We see a lot of senior nights. We see a lot of homecomings. We see a lot of senior nights. I'm starting to wonder if that's a coincidence.
Yeah, I'm wondering that too.
But in any event, this is senior night for Pojoaque. So, you know, the Pojoaque Elcats will be fired up. They're always fired up to face Los Alamos anyway. Checking out their first game, Gene. The Toppers won that handily. They won that at least partially on the strength of an 11-0 third quarter. Toppers shutting out the Elcats in that third quarter to win it. And big, that huge defensive effort there by the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers going to have to keep an eye, of course, on the Pojoaque Valley Elcat. Big down low, that's Tony Aguino. She is 5'11". She is a senior, and this is her last home game, so you know she's going to be ready for this. And Anissa Herrera, a 5'3" senior, was their point leader in the last time out. So the Toppers going to have to keep their eye on those two young ladies, and we're just about ready to get going here. And Gene, we have our just the happiest, most fun officiating crew, I think, in the entire state here.
Yeah, we all got hugs. And John McHale got here. He was down covering swimming, and he got here just in wrestling, actually. He got here just in time to get his hug, which was nice, because I know John would have felt bad.
He would have felt very bad, yes.
So anyway, tomorrow afternoon the Hilltopper girls will end their regular season, and they're going to take on Rio Grande tomorrow afternoon at 1:00 at Griffith Gymnasium. And now we're going to have the national anthem, everybody.
And that was the national anthem here as we prepare for the start of this District 2 4A contest. The Hilltoppers, like Gene said, are in fourth place in the District 2 4A standings, while the Pojoaque Valley Elkets are in fifth place. Elkets are winless on the district season. They are 0-7, 9-15 overall for Coach John Salazar. And Los Alamos under Ray Romero is 10-13 overall, 1-6 in the district. Their lone victory came in that 21-point route of the Elkets up at Griffith Gymnasium. And checking out the starting lineups tonight for the Elkets. They're going to start Anissa Herrera. She's a 5'3" senior. Amaya Gonzalez is a 5'7" junior. Ray Velarde is a 5-foot senior. Annika Udioste is a 5'8" junior. And the big girl down low, Tony Aguino, is 5'11". She is a senior. For the Toppers tonight, a little bit of a change in the starting five. Sophia Trujillo, a 5'4" freshman, will get the start tonight. Sophia has put together 3 or 4 really, really good-looking games, and so she has been bumped up into the starting rotation. Gigi Romero is a 5'8" freshman. Michelle Macias, a 5'10" junior. Kenya Macias, a 5'10" senior. And rounding out the starting five, a 5'6" junior, Carly Holland. So Sophia Trujillo getting the start tonight. And she has really been very, very solid on the defensive end. She's looked good as a ball handler. So she's getting bumped up into the getting moved up into the big show.
Yeah, she really has, and she's done a really good job so far. She's really come on strong here, especially since the district started. So he's only a freshman. Once he comes into the ball game, though, there's nothing to worry about. She's going to hold her own, and that's all there is to it. So she does a really good job. Gigi Romero, of course, she's also a freshman. So we're starting 2 freshmen. Gigi, of course, started last year as an 8th grader, so she's a very, very solid basketball player. So, and then they'll be followed by the Michelle and Kenya sisters, I wonder. Anyway, Michelle Macias is a junior, Kenya Macias is a senior, and then Carly Holland, the point guard for Los Alamos. And with Sophia, she'll probably go to the point. Carly will go to the 2 guard, the shooting guard. But Carly she's been a little bit off. She normally can be a very, very good outside shooter and very smooth, and no matter where she shoots from, also free throw line. But she's been struggling the last couple of games. 2 games ago, and she just could not buy a basket, which is really, really unusual. And so we're going to start things off here, and it looks like it's going to be Michelle Macias is going to jump up, and she's going to go up against Tony Awino. Tony Awino, a 5'11", a senior, will jump against, and this is going to be Michelle, is 5'10". So the 2 juniors will go against each other, and I'm not sure if the referees want to hug all the players or not, but nope.
I don't see why not.
We're going to skip that. Okay, so the Pojoaque takes the tip. They get the ball inside to Tony Awino. Awino shot from the baseline on the left side is off. Rebound comes down to Pojoaque, and they'll back out all the way out to Anissa Herrera. She's going to put up the 3 from way out. Whoa. Pops around and comes out. Rebound is going to come down to Carly Holland. Holland coming down the floor. She's cut off. Gets it to Gigi Romero. Romero will get it to Sophia. Sophia pulls up to the free throw line. Pop. Boy, nice move. And Sophia saw that wide open free throw line, and she just took off to it. It was wide open. All she had to do was dribble up there and shoot a free throw. Long pass down the floor to Tony Awino. They overthrow her. And let's see, I think they're going to say it was tipped by Los Alamos. So they will inbound it. I didn't see that tip.
I didn't either.
They're going to bring it down low, and a nice move on the lane That shot put up by Alyssa Herrera. The rebound comes down to Tony Awino. Awino with her putback, and she's fouled. And that personal foul is going to go to Sophia. Sophia, 5'4". Tony, 5'11".
I'm not sure how that matchup occurred.
I really don't understand that either. Tony puts their first shot in. 5'11" senior. Let's see. And this one is off the front of the rim and then gets the bounce and drops in.
That is a hometown roll right there. That looked really well short.
So Gigi Romero bringing it up for Los Alamos in a hurry. Across the timeline, pulls up, gets it to Sophia, back to Gigi. 3-point shot by Gigi. That is off. Rebound is pulled down by Annika Uriosti. Uriosti will get it over to Alyssa Herrera. Herrera brings it across the timeline. And the Hilltoppers right now are in a girl-to-girl defense. The girls have been playing outstanding defense the last few games. Comes to Tony Awino. She's going to get back to Alyssa. Alyssa will flip it over now to Ray Velarde. Her name is Rhiannon, but she goes by Ray. You can call me Ray and you can call me Jay, but don't call me Ray. So anyway, shot taken by Pojoaque. And this is off. Hilltopper and it's going to go out of bounds behind a Pojoaque basket. Hilltoppers will inbound against the full court press. They bring it up now to Kenya Macias. Macias gets it to Gigi. Gigi will hand it to Sophia. Trujillo across the free throw line for Los Alamos. Over to Carly Holland. Holland back to Sophia. They're down low in the corner on the right side. Now they're going to hand it off now. I don't know. Los Alamos having a little bit of trouble getting going here. So they comes to Kenya Macias. She's going to get it back to Sophia. Sophia dribbles out near the half-court circle. Hilltoppers having a little trouble with this Pojoaque defense. And a screen set by Michelle Macias for Sophia Trujillo. Comes around, comes in from the left side, puts the shot up. It's short. Rebound comes down to Pojoaque coming up the floor. For Pojoaque and Alyssa Herrera and coming, just zooming from behind. Sophia Trujillo picks her pocket. Ball comes down on the other end into the Hilltoppers trying to get it under their own basket. Let's see what they're going to say. Okay, I thought it was going to be, they were going to give it to Los Alamos. Now they change it. Now they say it goes to Pojoaque. So the ball ended up out of bounds. Across the timeline comes Ray Velarde. Velarde will hand it to Alyssa Herrera. Herrera into Awino. Awino puts the shot up. She's fouled by Gigi Romero. So Tony will go to the free throw line once again. And so Gigi picks up her first personal. That's the second team foul on Los Alamos. Tony Awino at the free throw line. She was just there, made them both. And this one rolls around and drops in. So all the points for Pojoaque now have come from the free throw line, and Tony Awino wants to continue that trend if possible. So Tony, the 5'11" senior, this one pops around and comes out. Emma Raven gets the rebound for Los Alamos, gets it to Gigi Romero. Romero across the timeline. Gets to Sophia Trujillo. Trujillo is going to bring it. The ball in now to Daylin Rodriguez, who is checked in. Coming down the baseline, we're going to have a reach-in foul. Go to one of the Elkettes. And boy, that was the ticky-tack foul, I must say. And that one's going to go to Ray. So Ray is going to pick up the personal. That's her first. Hilltoppers will inbound it under their own basket. They'll give the ball to Carly Holland. Holland is going to get it to Daylin Rodriguez. Daylin goes up against Tony. And Aquino is going to be called for the foul. Unbelievable. That was a nice block by Tony.
That was a nice play. And actually, I think Daylin gave her a little bit of a forearm to get some separation there before she put up the shot.
So at the free throw line for Los Alamos right now is Daylin Rodriguez. So Daylin puts in the first. And she'll shoot one more. 3-3 right now is the score. 4:49 remaining in the first quarter. Daylin, second shot, good.
So in between shots, this last shot, Gene, the Toppers actually had a little bit of a huddle near the timeline, and one of the Elkettes was actually leaning in on their huddle.
Shot taken by Guido is off. Rebound comes down to Carly Holland. She comes down all the way coast to coast, left-handed layup up and in. So Carly gets the rebound and just takes off. And she is coast to coast from one end to the other, and then came in with a nice little left-handed layup. So that makes it now 6-3, the Hilltoppers. Tony Aquino gets it into the free throw circle, tries to dish it underneath. This time to Amaya Gonzalez. Amaya tries to put the shot up. It's going to be batted away, and it's going to be actually off of Pojoaque.
And the Elcats, the last 3 or 4 possessions, Gene, have actually done a pretty good job getting entry passes into their bigs. Their shots have been off, but they have been able to get those inside. They have a little bit of a delay here. I'm not quite sure what the delay is.
Carly.
And
well, they're bringing Carly over to the scorer's table. So I don't know what the problem is.
They're looking at the book here, and I'm not sure if there's a book issue or not.
Well, it shouldn't be, because I checked the book over there, and Carly was in the book. So official time. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I
don't know if it actually affects Carly, or Carly's the captain tonight.
Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah.
So anyway, they're going to look over the book. Yeah, there's obviously some paperwork issue. If there was a bad entry, that could be a technical foul on Los Alamos if the official or the scoring official had something funny, and then I think we're okay. Angelo Atencio, our favorite referee, said he thinks everything's okay. He's going to say play on.
Yeah, so
play on.
Anyway, whatever it is.
We're gonna call it good, boss.
All right, no, Angelo telling us everything's fine.
Everything's good.
Not gonna worry about it.
What a cool guy he is.
He is an awesome guy.
So the Hilltoppers bring it in behind the Pojoaque basket. They get it to Carly. Quickly up the floor comes Carly, comes across the timeline, pulls up, and going to get it to Emma Raven. Raven hands it back to Carly. Carly goes to the baseline, double teamed immediately, brings it out on top. So on the dribble right now is Caitlin Velarde. Velarde gets it to Gigi Romero. The Hilltoppers just working around the three-point line. Now we're going to have a three-point shot up. This one taken by Caitlin Velarde. That is off. And rebound comes down to Anissa Herrera. Herrera brings it across the timeline. Gigi Romero all over her. Los Alamos right now in a three-point shot from I mean way out there. Anissa Herrera with a beautiful three-point shot. Wow. Makes it a 6-6 ball game. Carly Holland across the timeline. Stops, gets the screen, goes around the screen, picks up her dribble, gets it to Gigi Romero. Romero starts to go to the hole, and she travels, but they're not called. And then she dishes it underneath, and got it underneath to Daylin Rodriguez. Daylin now will check out of the ball game as Daylin went up for the shot. The shot was blocked out of bounds by Pojoaque. Hilltoppers will inbound it under their own basket, baseline left. And
we have another delay here.
I don't know what the problem is. Gigi Romero will bring it in right now to Tara McDonald. And we're going to have a personal foul. And that one is going to go to Marissa Martinez, trying to steal the ball away from Tara. And that's going to be the third team foul on Pojoaque. 2 have been called on Los Alamos. Hilltoppers will inbound it in front of the Pojoaque bench.
Somebody's getting a finger waving over there from the official. No, you don't want any of that.
No, we don't. So Emma Raven with it in the free throw circle. Couldn't find anybody to get it to. Gets it back to Gigi. Gigi starts to go in, gets it to Carly. 3-point shot by Carly. Whoa, that's off. Rebound comes down to Tara McDonald. Tara goes right back up, and she's fouled.
If that's
So
on
Tara,
we know that's going to be her second.
Yeah, that's right. Tony Awino picks up a good, and that's the 4th team foul, Mike.
No, they did not give that to Tony. They gave that to Amaya Gonzalez.
So,
wow. But that's going to send McDonald to the line to shoot 2.
yeah, Tara McDonald, 2:32 to go here in the first quarter. 6-6 ball game. The first ball game that they played up in Los Alamos, and we're going to have all kinds of lane violations.
Who's again? I don't know who's going to be on. It's not which team stepped in the lane; it's which team stepped in the lane first.
Yeah, so,
apparently it was Pojoaque.
Yeah, well, it's calling it on Los Alamos because they cut it down to 1 shot. So anyway. So Tara not successful from the free throw line.
No, she was not successful.
And they're going to bring it up to Tony Awino. Nice pass underneath, a wide open Marissa Martinez. And she puts it up off the glass, and it pops off the rim and comes back out. Unbelievable.
So we have another foul on Pojoaque. That's going to go to Lauren Salazar, who just checked into the ball game. Off of the rebound, and Martinez could not have been more wide open, 2 feet from the basket, could not put it in.
So I don't think that was backcourt. I don't think she had established position, but she came across. Caitlin Velarde came across. She was, I don't think she had both feet across. You have to get both feet in the ball across before it becomes a backcourt violation. Gigi Romero going right down in the middle of the lane, pulled down by Lauren Salazar. Salazar up the floor in a hurry where Pojoaque loses the handle. She started, she stops and looks up, rolls her eyes. Couldn't believe it. She was starting to go to the basket, and the ball just kind of took off in front of her. So Sophia Romero will check in for Los Alamos. She's going to replace Carly Holland. Still a 6-6 ball game. And what I was going to say was, in that first ball game up in Los Alamos, the first quarter ended up 8-6. And then Los Alamos outscored Pojoaque 28-15 in the second quarter. Quickly down the floor come the Hilltoppers. That's Abby Martinez, who had checked in. She gets it to Sophia Trujillo. Emma Raven standing at the top of the key and trying to penetrate now. This time with Abby Martinez. She is cut off, so good defense being played right now by the Elkettes. Sophia Trujillo dribbles from the right wing all the way over to the left wing, and now right down the middle of the lane is Abby Martinez. Throws a shot up, it's way off, and a long pass down the floor as they were trying to get it to Lauren Salazar, breaking down the floor, but they overthrow the 5'5" freshman. Emma Raven will check out for Los Alamos, and coming into the ball game is Michelle Macias. Full court press. Caitlin Velarde brings it in now to Michelle. Michelle Macias will bring it up. She's going to hand it to Sophia. Trujillo on the dribble, bounces it now to Tara McDonald. Back to Sophia. Sophia coming down the left side. So gets a little handoff from Tara McDonald and puts it up from the left side about 6 feet out. And so right now, Sophia picks up her 4th point in the ball game. And I think we're going to have a timeout.
Looks like a timeout, yes.
And let's see.
White timeout.
30-second timeout.
All right, 8-6 ball game. So pretty much exactly the start we had up at Griffith Gymnasium a few days ago. Elkettes actually won that first quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they did.
But very similar in both teams just having trouble finishing. You know, they both had a couple of good looks. The Elkettes have missed 2 or 3 layups here in this first quarter. Hilltoppers have had some short jumper opportunities and some chances to move the ball into the basket. Tony Aguino cut off a couple of our of Hilltoppers who were driving, but both teams have been able to get the ball close to the basket, but finishing has been an issue.
Yeah, 35 seconds to go in the first half. And on the dribble right now, Ray Velarde, she's going to finally picks up her dribble, and she's going to try to get it. She tries to get it over to Jasmine Valdez. Valdez gets it. Now she's going to go down into the lane and take it into the corner on the left side, knocked out of bounds by Los Alamos. So they inbound the pass to Aquino. Aquino just backing in against Tara McDonald. I mean, it was Tara's she's a pretty strong girl, and boy, Tony, I mean, they were battling, but Tara held her ground. Now the ball goes out of bounds off of Pojoaque with 15 seconds to go. It was an 8-6 ball game up there, except that it was 6-8. Hilltoppers only had 6. Right now, the Hilltoppers are up. And so the shot taken at the buzzer, not the buzzer.
It was not the buzzer.
And anyway, Carly Holland is off, and then the Hilltoppers get the rebound. Their putback is also off. So that's going to bring this quarter to an end, and it's 6-8, and up in Los Alamos it was 8-6 in favor of Pojoaque, and right now it's 8-6 in favor of Los Alamos. So the visitor in both of these games has outscored the other team in the first quarter. Wow. So
and so right at the end, what the Pojoaque fans were doing they were shouting out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was not 5. It was more like 10 or 11 when they started doing that. And I think Los Alamos girl heard that and assumed that was the correct countdown. It was not. And so the shot actually taken with about 4 seconds left on the clock. Tara McDonald with a offensive rebound chance, but couldn't get the putback to back up. 8-6 the score so far, and we'll see what happens. Toppers doing a better job of ball handling than they did against Pojoaque in that first game up there at Griffith. The Elkettes were doing their usual ball hawking. Toppers have adjusted much better to that in this ball game. And as soon as I say that, we very nearly get a tie up there, but they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, they're going to call a foul on Amaya Gonzalez. That's her second. That is the 16th foul. The Hilltoppers got it inside to Michelle Macias. She was almost, I thought she was, like Mike said, thought it looked like a good tie-up, but they're going to say no. And now the Hilltoppers hand it off to Sophia Trujillo, trying to come down the baseline on the right side. Can't, so she dribbles all the way out between the circles now. She's going to get it once again now to Kenya Macias. Macias to Carly Holland, over to Sophia on the right wing. Sophia goes into the lane. I don't know what that was. Wow. I guess she just tried to draw the foul, I guess.
Yeah, because that shot was nowhere near the basket, and that wasn't particularly close to a foul either.
No, it wasn't. And so, I mean, that ball just was thrown awry. That's all there is to it. Aquino gets the pass as they come across and break the Hilltopper press, and she sees Ray Velarde wide open under the basket and overthrows her. So the Hilltoppers will inbound it. Carly Holland gets it up to Gigi Romero. Gigi bringing the ball up the Hilltoppers for the ball up the floor for the Hilltoppers. Gets it to Sophia Trujillo. She gets the screen, comes around the screen, puts up the 3. That is off. Rebound is going to come down to Aguino. Aguino just heaves it down the floor, and trying to catch up to it once again is Ray Velarde. The last time she just flat overflew Ray. This time they came down in front of Ray, and so it was a race for Ray to get to the ball before the ball got to the baseline.
And about a half a step too late, unfortunately, for her. But I think it's about the third or fourth pass we've seen Tony overthrow.
Yes. Comes to Gigi Romero on the right wing. She puts up the three. That's off, but the rebound comes down to Kenya Macias. Her putback is off. She gets it off. The rebound comes now down to Gigi Romero. She's going to get it to Carly Holland. Holland now is going to back out near the half-court circle, and we'll start over. Carly coming down. She starts to make a cut. She goes down. I think what she did was she tripped over one of the Pojoaque girls' feet, and then, boy, a shot taken from, I mean, you talk about downtown, Danielle Jasmine Valdez. I mean, that was right in front of us, and we're
not that close to the 3-point line.
We're almost at half court. So, in fact, anyway, Sophia Trujillo comes down the middle of the lane, puts the shot up. And Sophia now with 6 points in the ball game, and that makes it a 10-6 ball game. Up the floor to Tony Awino. She's standing between the circles, and there's another pass underneath, trying to get it this time to Annika Uriosti. But we're going to have the Hilltoppers called. Kenya Macias is going to be called for a push-off. So that ball got thrown out of bounds, but Kenya picks up the personal. That is going to be her first. That's a third team foul. 5:33 to go here in the first half of play. They bounce it inside now to Anissa Herrera. As she goes up, her shot is blocked by Sophia Trujillo. So 5-3 Anissa and 5-4 Sophia battling it out. Starts to come into Awino, but Carly Holland picks off the inbound pass.
Yeah, nice. Carly went way up to get that.
Boy, did she ever.
I didn't know she had that kind of vertical.
yeah, that was something else. Gigi Romero is going to get a screen from Kenya Macias. I'm going to bring it back out on top now to Carly. Carly, 15-footer. That's good. Nice looking shot from the free throw line as Carly just pulled up and then a little short jumper, and Carly puts it in for her 4th point. The Hilltoppers go up 12-6 on Pojoaque. So now the Pojoaque.
The Elkettes throw the ball out of bounds with 5 minutes remaining. Toppers making numerous substitutions here. And so Trujillo and Holland are in, as well as Gigi Romero, Emma Raven, and Michelle Macias. Gigi with a nice 15-foot jumper right at the free throw line, and she knocks it in for her first bucket of this contest. 14-6. Loose ball down low, picked up by the Elkettes. Are going to reset.
Yeah, so they get it to Anissa Herrera. Boy, there's been an awful lot. I mean, a lot of errant passes by Pojoaque here so far, especially in this quarter. 14-6. Hilltoppers trying to get it to Awino. Picked up by Gigi Romero. Got a 2-on-1. Gigi says, "To heck with it. I'm going to take it." She goes all the way, and she had Carly on the other side, but she decided to take it herself. And her shot, left-handed shot, is off. Rebound comes down to Pojoaque. They get it to Tony Awino. A little give and go from Tony as Anissa Herrera just bounced it to her and then took off, and then another bounce pass from Tony. Nice pass, but then Anissa.
Did she lose it on the way up? I'm not sure what happened.
I was screened out, and yeah, she must have, because she was heading to the basket, and she really didn't have anybody on her.
So if you look, and I noticed this earlier, Gene, Anissa, who very, very solid player, but she is wearing some sort of shoulder harness or something underneath her jersey, and that seems to be affecting her a little bit.
So the Hilltoppers bounce it in, and they get it to Gigi Romero, and then down the floor, trying to get it to Tara McDonald, but Hilltoppers lose it over the end line, and so now we're going to have a traveling violation go, and that's going to go to Lauren Salazar. Lauren, coming up against the press, started to throw the ball down the floor, and then she decided not to throw it, and then she drug her pivot foot. So Sophia Trujillo, I mean, all over her, boy, is Marissa Martinez. Sophia picks up her dribble out on top of Emma Raven. Raven is going to get a good little pass into Emma. Emma goes up. Tony Aquino with the block. And so the loose ball now is picked up by Ray Velarde. Velarde bounces it over on the wing and now stolen away by Tara McDonald. She has a wide open layup from the left side and she's fouled. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that. I mean, Tara McDonald intercepted the pass. She just saw it coming and she just stepped out and grabbed it, took off down the floor and just went up for the left-handed shot. And then trailing that time was Lauren Salazar. And she had no chance whatsoever to interfere with that shot from Tara. But she gets the foul, and Tara goes to the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play. And the ball.
Oh, she got it. She got the shooter's roll.
Boy, did she ever. That thing hit the back of the iron, bounced up, way up, came down the side of the rim and bounced way back up again. And then finally dropped through. So Tara now with completes a three-point play, and the Hilltoppers now go up 17-6 on Pojoaque.
The Elkettes have not scored in this quarter either.
No, they haven't. So that's what happened in Los Alamos. They didn't score in the third quarter, but Anissa Herrera with a three-point shot, and the rebound comes down to Tara McDonald. A couple of bodies on the floor, and then taking it all the way for Los Alamos. Whoa, Alyssa Garcia. Wow. I mean, she just decided Alyssa had just checked into the ball game, and she's 5'4" sophomore, and she just decided to heck with it. She's just going to take it all the way. So she just wended her way all right through the Pojoaque defense and just laid it in. Boy, nice move by Alyssa.
And the Toppers really pouring it on here in transition. Great drive there by Garcia. And then back to Tara McDonald's three-point play. Just excellent anticipation of the pass. She saw that coming and she picked it off. Tara, and then going all the way down the court. Tara let's just say she is not the number one ball handler on the team, but she managed to get down there and put it in. And then the strange foul there that made no sense.
No, none whatsoever.
But Tara able to knock in that free throw as well. And this has been all Los Alamos in the second quarter.
Yeah, it really has. And so they bid it to Marissa Martinez. Martinez now will bring it over to Jasmine Valdez. So right now the Hilltoppers in that girl-to-girl defense, and there's Milwaukee just having a heck of a time penetrating that. Emma Raven is all over right now. Lauren Salazar shot goes up. Emma Raven, the tallest girl out there right now, pulls down the rebound. And Sophia Trujillo will bring it up. Sophia just shoves her away.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, right in front of the official, too. I mean, she just flat put her hand in the chest of Marissa Martinez, and she just shoved her away because Marissa was really giving her fits. And so now Marissa is going to, let's see, that personal foul is going to go to.
We'll go to Marissa. That's her third. Wow.
Third person. Third. That's her third personal. Unbelievable. Hilltoppers into 1-1 at the moment. So at the free throw line for the Hilltoppers is Abby Martinez. She's going to shoot 1-1. Abby puts up the first. Nice looking shot. Nothing but net for Abby. So she gets one more. We have 1:55 remaining. Pojoaque has not scored in this quarter. Once again, it's 20-6. And in that second quarter in Los Alamos, Hilltoppers outscored Pojoaque 28-15. But then they held them scoreless in the third quarter. Quickly down the floor, boy, comes Jasmine Valdez. And she's going to be called for double dribble.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either. I mean, she just came right down the lane and put the shot up. Hilltopper inbounded to Sophia Trujillo. She's going to get it up the floor. Daylin Rodriguez will bring it across the timeline for Los Alamos. She waits, hands it to Sophia. Boy, Ray Romero, or Ray, I don't know, Ray. Ray Romero. Anyway.
So many Rays around here.
Well, Rhiannon goes by Ray. So anyway, I was going to say that Ray Romero was, he's right in front of us, boy. He was really shouting out the instructions. We have a personal foul on the floor. That one is going to go to Lauren Salazar. That's going to be her second. That is the 9th team foul on Pojoaque. Only 3 team fouls have been called on Los Alamos. And at the free throw line is Daylin Rodriguez. And so she missed the first one, and she's going to miss the second one. So Daylin, who was at the free throw line in the first quarter, in fact, she gave Los Alamos the first points. She was 2 for 2 at that point. Right down the Broadway, and
whoa,
it's turning into a rugby game out there.
It really was. I mean, geez, Katie Martinez. I mean, and she had Alyssa Garcia bear hug.
She really did. They missed a shot, Mike, and then the Hilltoppers got the rebound, and then wow. After that, it was unbelievable. So Jasmine Valdez will inbound it. She's going to haul it out. 3-point shot from the top of the key. Rims around and comes off. Rebound down to Carly Holland. Holland down the floor. She just goes right by Danielle Romero. And then down she goes. And so Tony Aguino picks up the loose ball. He gets it down the floor. And the shot is going to be blocked. I think that was Sophia, wasn't it? They blocked the shot.
I think that was Abby. That
oh boy! And I'm telling you, Lauren Salazar just let the referee have it. Yeah, so she just let the referee have it, and so she gets doubled up because they called a personal foul on her, and she didn't like that, so she let the referee know it, and then the referee gives her a tee. So that's back-to-back personals. So the Hilltoppers are going to they'll be shooting a 1-and-1 at some point, and Daylin Rodriguez is going to shoot the 1-and-1 for Los Alamos. So this is off.
Well, they're going to give her 2 here. Is that right?
Yeah, the double bonus.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that those two fouls by Lauren put Los Alamos in a double bonus. Daylin misses both of them. So
and now Carly will shoot the technical foul shots.
Yeah, the 2-shot technical. 50 seconds remaining. Carly puts in the first. And so she'll shoot and she misses the second. Hung on the rim forever.
After all this, Los Alamos will get the ball back with 50 seconds remaining.
21-6, and Hilltoppers will inbound it at midcourt. And I think Ray wants to go for the last shot. That's what he did up in Los Alamos when they hadn't scored in the third quarter. So Carly on the dribble, they're counting on her. So
she wasn't in a good spot there, actually.
Tony Aquino heaves it.
Uh-oh.
Race to once again. It's a race. A shot put up, and the Hilltoppers Carly Holland comes down with it as Tony just outletted it to Anissa Herrera. So now they're going to call Carly Holland for double dribble.
Well, Carly just could not get a handle on the ball, and started a dribble that I think dribbled off her knee, and then.
Well, all the Pojoaque fans are doing the countdown. Like there was 15 seconds to go, and they were counting down. Comes to Tony Aguino. She fires up a shot, And we're going to have a shot go up at the buzzer, and it drops off, but it wasn't going to count. So the Hilltoppers once again hold Pojoaque scoreless as they take a 15-point lead, 21-6 here in this first half of play. As the Hilltoppers came up with 13 points, and Pojoaque not scoring once again. So that's the second time that the Hilltoppers have held the Pojoaque team scoreless. In Los Alamos, it was the third quarter. It was 11-0. And right now it is 13-0 as the Hilltoppers take a big lead here, 21-8, 13-point lead for Los Alamos. And
well, that is something else. And the Elkets, as we were saying in the first quarter, we're actually getting the ball underneath and getting it some halfway decent looks. Those completely dried up in that second quarter. I don't think they had more than 2 or 3 decent shots the entire quarter and could not get those to fall. Los Alamos's defense has been outstanding here in this first half, just allowing the 6 points and 1 field goal. Unbelievable. That is incredible. We've never seen the Elkets held to 1 field goal in a half.
Yeah,
that might be a record.
Yeah, and it turned, interestingly enough, it was a 3-pointer and by Anissa Herrera. But let's see, I think I said the score was 21-8. The score 21-6. It's a 15-point differential between Pojoaque and Los Alamos. So anyway, wanted to remind everybody that tomorrow the Hilltopper girls will take on Rio Grande. That's a non-district contest, of course, and it's a makeup for some of the games we missed because of all the COVID stuff and snow and whatever. So anyway, by the way, we're sitting here now. We're not wearing a mask, but we don't have to wear a mask anymore. But it doesn't make any difference because Mike and I never wore a mask anyway when we broadcast. We'd keep it on until we broadcast it, and then if we took it off before, they'd come around. Put your mask on if you're not broadcasting. So
yep. So
it is nice. No,
it is nice, and in case you're wondering, it's about I'd say it's about maybe 3-1, no mask to mask in the crowd tonight. And I think people just a little weary of wearing the mask, and for everyone out there, Gene, if you decide to not wear one, you are completely free to do so. And for those that are wearing them, that they usually have a reason for that. So just give everybody a break. They everybody has their own reasons, their own opinions, and just make sure just give everybody a break. If you agree with them, you don't agree with them, doesn't matter. Just we'll get through this as we did last time. In any event, the Toppers up 21-6. And let me run down the Elkets scoring real quick, Gene. So Anissa Herrera with a 3-pointer in that first quarter, and she has 3 points. And Tony Aguino going 3 for 4 from the foul line, and she has 3 points. And that will just about do it for the Elkets. For the Toppers were paced by Sofia Trujillo. Trujillo getting the starting nod, the 5'4" freshman, and taking advantage of it in that first half. She ended up with 6 points. Had a couple of nice runners there, one in the first quarter, one in the second, and she paces the Hilltoppers so far. Carly Holland with 5, and also for Los Alamos, Alyssa Garcia with the bucket, Gigi Romero with the bucket, and Daylin Rodriguez with a couple of free throws, and a old-fashioned 3-point play by Tara McDonald, 21-6, and just great defensive effort by Los Alamos. We've seen them really ratchet up their defensive game in the last couple of weeks and have played much better. But Los Alamos still a little, it really, if we'd been able to make some of those free throws, we'd probably just about be ready to shut the door on this contest, but actually missed 6 free throws in that second quarter. So not quite finished yet, but the Elkets, like I said, had some chances in that first quarter, misfired, but there just wasn't a whole lot going on in that second quarter. Los Alamos stifled them very, very well, and the Elkets did not help themselves. Tried to throw several long passes down the court, and those went awry, and they couldn't get much going off of those. On top of that, the Elkets just was not their first half. Lauren Salazar, it had 4 fouls in that first half, including a tech after letting one of the officials know that she was unhappy with the call.
She didn't make any bones about it either.
No, she did not. No, she was pretty vocal about her objection. And then 3 fouls for Marisa Martinez. So a couple of Elkets in foul trouble heading into the second half as well. Toppers just had the 3 personal fouls, so no problem there. 3:45 before the teams get going here in the second half. And you are listening to the Los Alamos Daily Post and their coverage of the Hilltopper girls basketball team on the YouTube Daily Post YouTube channel. And we thank you for listening in. And of course, we want to thank Carol Clark for getting this set up, Nate Limback for putting technical, from a technical standpoint, putting all of this together, because I sure couldn't do it. If it's a lot more complicated than a light switch or plugging something into a wall, I'm not your guy, Gene. And
Nate is unbelievable.
Yeah, he's got me beat by a step or two. And of course, we also want to thank our sponsors, the Los Alamos County Fire Department and the Los Alamos County Police Department. They do a great job, great first responders we have up there in Los Alamos, and very, very safe community. If you ever have any problems, give them a call. They are always ready to help out. They are always ready to drop everything on a moment's notice and make sure everybody is safe. And we thank them for their service, and we thank them for their support of Hilltopper Sports, the fire department and the police department. 21-6 as the Toppers are back out from the locker room. I imagine John Salazar wanted to make a couple extra words to his team before they head back out here and warm up for the second half.
Yeah, and so what was interesting was that this is senior night. Hilltoppers had 3 seniors tonight, and so as they normally do, when they hand out, they usually give the seniors from the other team a rose or something like that. What was interesting tonight was that when the team came time to acknowledge the Hilltopper seniors, they brought in a young lady from the junior varsity, Kaylee Salazar, and so gave Kaylee the microphone, and Kaylee started to talk about the seniors. And she went holding back tears through the whole thing, and she was talking about how much she loved the Hilltopper seniors, and she was thanking them for everything they did for her, things like that. And anyway, so then when she announced their names, they would come over and they would hug her, and they obviously knew each other very well. And interesting was that when Emma Raven came running over, and as she was approaching Kaylee, she said, "I love you, Kaylee," and then they, gave hugs. So these girls all know each other very well, and a lot of these here, especially Los Alamos and Pojoaque, a lot of these girls really know each other quite well. But Kaylee, who attended school in Los Alamos for a while, she had the honor to honor the Hilltopper seniors, and it was quite a kind of a touching little ceremony.
Yeah, it was. And Kaylee, she was getting pretty choked up there as well. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, especially here in northern New Mexico. You know, a lot of these girls play basketball year round, and a lot of them play on club teams and stuff like that together. You know, Los Alamos, Pojoaque, Espanola, you know, a lot of these girls play basketball on the same team. You know, they know each other, they're friends, you know, and there's a lot, you know, there's a lot of mutual respect, you know, for all of these players, and that's great to see, and you can see that on the court.
Yeah, you really can. So we're about ready to go here for half number 2. Hilltoppers leading 21-6, and Pojoaque will inbound it to start things off, and they're going to bring it into Anissa Herrera. So Herrera out now between the circles, and she's going to come over onto the left side to Ray Velarde. Underneath it goes, and right off the bat, we have Annika Uriosti puts the shot up. She's fouled, and this one is going to go to Michelle Macias.
No, they changed it. They're going to give it to Gigi Romero.
Whoa. So Gigi picks up her second personal. That is the first team foul of this happened. Annika can go to the free throw line and finally break this drought. And that's what she does. So Annika walks up there, and so right now, Pojoaque, that's only the 5th free throw that they've shot. And she puts them both in.
First points for the Elkettes since the 3:14 mark of the first quarter.
So Pojoaque putting on the press, they steal it away. Loose ball is going to be picked up by Anissa Herrera. Herrera gets it into Tony Owino. Owino is going to hand it back to Herrera. Herrera coming down the left side of the lane, puts the shot up. Whoa. And I'm not sure what they should be. I'm not sure what they're calling. What they should be calling is that Anissa Herrera was out of bounds and jumped in to try to catch it. The ball was going out of bounds. Anyway, they give it to, I don't know why they gave it to them. I don't know. I'm totally confused. Anissa didn't establish herself when she came out. And so now, boy, Carly Holland hits the deck. And I mean, she hits it hard. And they're going to call a foul on Anissa Herrera. That's Anissa's first personal. As Anissa was going for the steal, they're trying to intercept the pass. Had a nice little collision there. So now they bring it to Carly. Carly, top of the key. Sophia Trujillo, it goes down low to Michelle Macias. Carly over on the right side to Gigi. Gigi dribbles into the free throw circle, gets it back. Carly Holland, 3-point shot by Carly. And that's the 8th point for Carly, but it's nice to see Carly. She's been struggling from the 3-point line. But boy, she didn't have any trouble with that one. 6:40 to go in the third quarter, and right now it's a 24-8 ball game. So the Hilltoppers, I mean, I guess you could call it a chasing defense. So who got that? Annika?
Yes.
Annika Uriosti. She picks up the points. So she has all the points in the quarter. Gigi Romero starts to pull up at the free throw line to take the 15-foot set shot. And this changes her mind. Gets it now to Carly. Holland will bring it back to Sophia Trujillo. Skip pass across over to Gigi Romero. Romero over on the left wing. I don't know. Things are a little out of sync at the moment. They get it into Michelle Macias. The ball is stolen away from her. Anissa Herrera coming down the floor in a hurry. Pulls up. I thought she was going to pop the three. She gets to Annika Uriosti. Uriosti just throws it up at the basket. She's going to go to the free throw line.
Oh my goodness! She was bumped a little bit in the low block, and then the second there was contact, she just threw up a scoop shot. She wasn't even looking in the direction of the basket, but they're going to call that a shooting foul.
Yeah, they're going to give that one to Carly. So Carly Holland picks up her first personal, and Annika back to the free throw line. So she was just there. She was 2 for 2. So she misses the first. She has all the points for Pojoaque here in the second half. She drops that one in. So 5 points right now for Annika, and it's a 24-11 ball game. Ball is stolen away by Annika. So Annika Uriosti steals the inbound pass and just lays it in. So now it's 24-13 as Pojoaque now has outscored Los Alamos in this third quarter by a score. Well, let's see, it's 6-3, but Ray Romero is not happy with he's not a happy camper at the moment. Annika is just kind of taking control and she's got all the points for Pojoaque.
Yeah, the big push here, 7 points right off the bat here in this third quarter. And Annika she really wasn't involved hardly in the offense at all in that first half. Didn't really have a whole lot of looks. They actually, she had a couple of chances in the low post, but I think they overthrew her and she wasn't able to get her hand on it. But just coming alive here, 7 points. That immediately makes her the leading scorer for the Elkets just in the past 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and she's been all over the place, and she made a great steal on that inbound pass and just took it straight to the hole. So full court press once again by Pojoaque, 24-13. And Sophia will bring it into Gigi Romero, back to Sophia, up the floor to Carly Holland coming up the floor across the timeline. And I don't know if there's a problem with the floor or what, but Carly slips again. We've had 2 or 3 girls slip like that. They just slip and go down.
That's Carly's third slip. I wonder if there's a problem with her shoes or something.
Yeah, it's just been a real problem. Shot by Gigi Romero was off, and so they're gonna.
It was slapped away from Tony Aquino by Michelle Macias, and I think Aquino tried to reach for it and missed it, and it went out of bounds.
So they inbounded to Gigi at the top of the key, and Gigi's hit pretty hard, but nothing called. So she gets to Sofia Trujillo, who takes it right into the lane, and she's fouled by Amaya Gonzalez. That's Amaya's third personal, and that's her third personal. That is the second team foul on Pojoaque. 2 have been called on Los Alamos so far. And at the free throw line, Sofia Trujillo misses the first. So she'll shoot one more. 24-13. We have 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Pojoaque being much more aggressive here in this third quarter than they were in that first half, especially in that second quarter. There was just no aggression, anything. In fact, they couldn't get into sync at all. A lot of errant passes. Finally, now they get it down to Tony Aquino. Aquino under the basket. Shot is off, but right there to get the rebound, Annika Uriosti. Her putback is off. Hilltoppers get it up to Gigi Romero coming up the floor. And right now, Pojoaque playing very, very aggressive defense. I mean, they're ball hawking. They're going after everything. Carly Holland with it for the Hilltoppers. Underneath is going to go right now to Michelle Macias. She gets it over to Kenya Macias. Her shot to 15 feet out on the baseline on the right side. That's off. Rebound comes down to Pojoaque. They get it to Anissa Herrera. Emma Raven comes to the scorer's table. She'll be checking in at the next possibility. Anissa still on the dribble. She's going to bring it across now to Ray Velarde. Ray working against Gigi Romero. Great defense by Gigi. Going to hand it over to Anissa Herrera. She's cut off by Sofia Trujillo. So they're going to bring it back out to Ray Valdez. So out to the half-court circle. They're going to start over. So here we go again. Still the Hilltoppers, still in that girl-to-girl defense. And it's been a toughie. So Anissa Herrera is still on the dribble. Finally, now we'll get it over to Marissa Martinez. Back to Anissa, to Tony Aquino. Aquino, she's just going to back down the baseline, puts a shot up. It is off. And she decides to back down the baseline. She backs down the baseline.
And there isn't much you can do about it either.
So the shot is off, and so they bring it out to Gigi. She starts to go with the three, decides to take it to the hole. So she faked the three and then went right down the right side of the lane and laid it in with the left hand. That's 4 points now for Gigi. Back to a 27-13 ball game. Hilltopper is the biggest lead, has been 15. So right, we have a couple of substitutions coming in as the Macias girls check out. And Abby Martinez comes back into the ball game for Carly Holland. And also coming in was Emma Raven and Tara McDonald. So it's McDonald and Raven, Sophia Trujillo, Abby Martinez, and let's see, Gigi Romero. Vanessa Herrera on the dribble. She hands it under, just hands it to Tony Aquino. Oh, we know. She just dribbled right up to her, handed it to her, and then Sophia Trujillo just grabbed it out of Tony's hands. Pass to Sophia. She bobbles the ball and loses it. Picked up by Pojoaque. Anissa Herrera fakes the three, goes to the hole. Shot is up. It's off. And let's see who is going to go to the out of bounds behind the Pojoaque basket. They're going to give it back to Pojoaque.
Hey, we watched Anissa tonight, and she's really just throwing the ball at the basket. She's got nothing, and I think as I mentioned, she's wearing some sort of shoulder harness as Annika Urioste again with a nice bucket, but I think she's having trouble with her mobility with that left arm.
Yeah, something. It's because her shots have been so far off. Gigi Romero once again fakes the three and goes right down the middle lane, pulls up 8 feet out, little jumper, and Gigi picks up her 6 point. And Annika right now has 9 points in the ball game, and she's got them all. Pass picked off by Emma Raven. She's going to get it. A nice pass as Emma Raven picks it off and then heading to the basket from the left side. Sophia Trujillo, perfect pass from Emma to Sophia, and Sophia lays it in for 2. And we're going to have a
no. That was Abby.
Oh, that was Abby.
Although Sophia was right there as well.
So Abby gets she's the recipient of the Emma Raven pass. Minute 44 to go in the third quarter, 31-15. So the Hilltoppers up by 16. That's the biggest lead now in this ball game. Carly Holland checking back into the ball game. Daylin Rodriguez also back in. Abby Martinez gets it to Carly. They'll bring it over on the left side to Caitlin Velarde. Velarde puts the shot up right there. Boy, nice inside position by Emma Raven. Boy, and she was in perfect position. And Emma just pulls it down and lays it back in. They get it up to Tony Owino underneath, and they try to get it back to Owino. The ball's on the floor. We're going to have a held ball as Carly Holland almost had the opportunity to pick it up and take off. No, I guess that was Emma Raven. So I thought Emma was going to pick it up, but anyway, the held ball goes to Los Alamos. Down the floor, they come to Emma Raven. Emma, she's not a point guard, so she stood out there waiting for somebody to come help her out. So Caitlin Velarde with it, Hilltopper is moving very well right now. Away from the ball. We have good ball movement by Los Alamos, and so they're working it around to Emma Raven. Raven will get it to Daylin Rodriguez, almost stolen away. Daylin's having a lot of trouble. Finally puts the ball on the floor. She's going to take it to the hole. Tony Owino with the block, and then the loose ball is picked up over to Abby Martinez. Her 3-point shot is off, and Emma Raven gets the rebound, and she goes down, but nothing called, and so Pojoaque gets it up the floor to was that Salazar? Or?
Yes, that was Lauren Salazar, and then we have an injured topper right under the basket. That might be Carly, and right under the basket. I did not see what happened, but she's checking out. I believe that is Carly Holland.
Well, there was a lot of when they came down after the Pojoaque got the ball, they came down and it was just a crowd going down. It wasn't like a fast break. It was a fast break essentially, but I mean, it was like almost every girl on the team was involved in that fast break from both teams. It was just a massive of the players going down. And then Carly was in the middle of that. So she goes down, but now she's coming back out. She's fine, whatever it was. But she got knocked against the, that cushioning that's supposed to be cushioning behind the basket. And she got knocked right into that. So
yeah, and she was shaken up, but she left. She actually jogged off the court. She looks like, at least for now, she looks like she's okay. And actually, that padding is pretty good. That holds up the arm of the basket apparatus, and that is pretty cushiony. So if you're gonna run into something, that there's plenty worse things you can run into.
So the Hilltoppers inbound it, and we immediately have a foul by Marissa Martinez. That is her fourth, and that is only the third team foul on Pojoaque. 2 have been called on Los Alamos. So now we're going to have another personal foul. We only have 7 seconds left. And this one is going to go to Danielle Romero. And I believe that's her first. That is the 4th team foul. So we have 7 seconds left. So we've had 2 fouls in about 3 seconds so far in this end of this third quarter. It's up. So they're trying to get it in. They get it inside now to Sophia Trujillo. And she lost the handle a little bit. She grabbed the handle and then dribbled it right on the timeline. That was an easy call for the official.
So we've had 2 fouls and an over and back call in about 3.5 seconds.
So taking it to the hole.
Oh, my goodness.
And I mean,
there was a gigantic collision under the basket. Are they going to call anything?
Nope.
They are not.
No, they called Anissa Herrera was the young lady that went. She got belted and knocked down, and you could hear the thud clear over here. And then
she went down hard.
Yeah, she did. And so then the 2 referees behind the basket, they looked at each other, and then finally the 2 of them looked out to what's our good
Angelo Atenzio.
Yeah, out to Angelo, and Angelo just gave it the old like timeout signal.
I think what they ultimately decided was that all of that occurred after the buzzer.
Yeah,
I am not 100% convinced it did, but that was a huge collision, and I can't believe they didn't call anything on anybody. But that was all extracurricular activity, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's what they're calling. So the Hilltoppers came up that time with 12 points in the quarter, and Pojoaque is going to come up with 11 points in the quarter. So the Hilltoppers now lead by 16.
And we're having an issue here. They're actually calling the athletic director over to the scorers table. Something is happening. I'm not quite sure exactly what. I don't know if there's a problem in the stands or what's going on exactly, but they're calling security over. I don't know.
Yeah.
So something is going on in the stands, and we have an official in the stands. We have security in the stands.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. If the official.
And they were talking to a fan, and I think they're ejecting a fan.
Well, they might be. And so they stopped all play, stopped everything. So
you probably hear the chorus of boos here. That there was clearly something said. And well, the guy's an Ohio State fan, so I think that's cause to throw him out anyway. But
And yeah, they're bringing all kinds of security now. So anyway, we're awaiting the start of the fourth quarter, and it's the official. Apparently, the official must have initiated this because he was on the floor, of course, and then he didn't like something that was going on from one of the fans, and so now anyway, they're still trying to work this out. I don't know if they're gonna. It doesn't look like they're going to eject the guy, but I'm not sure what they're doing here. Anyway,
the officials have already said that fan must leave the arena, and if the officials do have authority to do that. And actually, I think the fan is in fact leaving. He's definitely not happy about it, but so obviously something was said from the stands there.
Yeah, something the official didn't like. So here come all the boos.
I think he said something like, "Hey, ref, get some glasses" or something. Actually, no, I think it was probably something quite a bit different than that. But
yeah, really. Yeah. So anyway, he is escorted out, and so here we go. Fourth quarter. Hilltoppers up 33-17. And Tony Awino takes it to the hole, and she's fouled. This will probably go to Emma Raven. So Tony, who was pretty aggressive in the first quarter.
No. Oh, my God. That is going to go to Abby Martinez. Where are we getting these matchups on Tony? I don't understand this.
Abby Martinez. She stands, 5'5". So Tony is 5'11". And Tony makes them both. She now has 5 points in the ball game.
All of them from the foul line.
Yes.
She has not hit a field goal tonight.
Sophia Trujillo on the dribble. Pojoaque now being very, very aggressive. And they are right now in a girl-to-girl defense. Daylin Rodriguez starts to take it to the hole, and she's cut off, and so she just bounces it across the lane to Emma Raven, and then Emma just puts it in for 2. 4 points in the ball game now for Emma. 35-19. Pass on Nisa Herrera, 3-point shot. That's going to be off.
Yeah, Anissa is just off, and she's not off very often.
No,
so obviously there's some sort of something going on with her shoulder.
Okay, 4 girls come in for Los Alamos. Emma Raven comes out, Abby Martinez comes out, Caitlin Bellardi, and Daylin Rodriguez.
I'm not quite sure what the the Toppers are comfortably ahead here. I'm not sure what the emergency was.
Yeah, I don't either. So Carly Holland, who's one of the girls that checked in, gets to Sophia. Sophia's the only girl that remained in. And right now for Los Alamos, it's Sophia, Gigi Romero, and Carly Holland. Kenya Macias and Michelle Macias. So Hilltopper shot is off down the floor. Come Pojoaque. Pojoaque, top of the key. Anissa Herrera on a dribble. This time she's going to go up and scoops it up with the left hand and in. So she's been taking it to the hole, but every time she goes, she just heaves it at the basket. But boy, that was a nice left-handed shot. 6:15 to go. 35-21. 14-point lead for Los Alamos. Carly Holland with it. Picks up her dribble. Going to bring it to Gigi Romero, top of the key. Gigi, she started to pick up her dribble, then she decides to try to go down the lane, cut off by Awino. Sophia Trujillo gets it to Carly Holland. Holland trying to get the ball. Well, they had a little give and go thing, but the pass to Carly was overthrown. So Carly tried to throw it back in, and then Tony Awino just slams it up against the backstop cushioning. 3-point shot for Los Alamos. This is off by Sofia Trujillo. Rebound is going to come down to Pojoaque. They get it to Anissa. Herrera will bring it up for the Elkettes. Making a nice little move again. And so here she goes diving into the lane, and another little scoop shot that goes nowhere, but she's going to the free throw line. I know. And that's going to go to Sofia Trujillo. That should be her second, and it is. So Anissa Herrera at the free throw line, just 5 points in the ball game. She started off the field goal scoring for Pojoaque. She made a 3-pointer in the first quarter. That was the only field goal in the entire first half. So Anissa puts them both in. And so now we're looking at a 12-point ball game, 35-23. Gigi Romero quickly down the floor. Gets it to Carly Holland. Holland on the dribble. Out near the half-court circle, pulls up to the left of the key. She's going to hand it off now to Sofia Trujillo. So the Hilltoppers just working around the 3-point line. Gigi Romero, and there's a little give and go, and this went to Michelle Macias. So Michelle made a quick pass to Gigi and then took off to the basket. And so Gigi sees her, and so Michelle going up. She's shot is blocked, but she's fouled. That personal foul is going to go to Tony Aquino. That's only her second. And at the free throw line, Michelle Macias made the first and the second. So that's the first points in the ball game for Michelle. Hilltoppers were 5 for 13 from the free throw line in the first half. They get it inside to Annika Yorosti. Yorosti misses, gets her own rebound. So Annika Yorosti having a pretty good second half. 11 points in this half. Shot taken by Michelle Macias. And we're going to have a held ball here as Michelle was immediately tied up. Possession will go to Pojoaque. 4:49 to go here in this ball game. Hilltoppers up by 12, 37-25.
Well, the Elkettes can score here. They're going to be right back in this ball game.
Yeah, they are. There's a lot of time left, and the Elkettes are starting to come together. And Nissa Herrera is going to, there she goes again. This time she put one-handed scoop. And so we have I don't know what's going on out there, but.
Well, that was a held ball. Ray Romero trying to call the timeout.
I guess he was trying to call the timeout, get possession.
Yeah, that's automatic. You automatically get possession if you have a timeout.
Yes, you do.
Everybody knows that.
Come to Gigi Romero working against the press. Hilltoppers having a lot of trouble against the press. They finally, and so it's timeout. But,
and then Ray Romero did not get the timeout right away and gave the official his opinion about that, and the official took a bit of umbrage at it.
Yeah, he certainly did.
And this was the same official that gave the technical foul earlier, and I think the one that was in the stands to help eject the ban. So that official is having quite the game today.
Yeah, they really are. So, yeah, Ray was, he was way out there yelling at the ref, and then he yelled at the ref, I'm trying to call timeout. And the ref says, we're trying to watch the game.
It's a tough, boy, that is a tough job. That is a very, very tough job being an official.
Is. These guys are amazing.
Yeah, and that's but
I
the good thing is they just everybody loves them all the time. That's the good thing about that.
I'd like to say that I was one of the good guys, but I'm not. Gigi Romero takes it to the hole, and I mean, my golly, she looked like she was trying to go through off tackle, and my God, she got squeezed and then knocked down and thudded and everything and lose the ball out of bounds. And officials saying play on. So anyway, the Alyssa Herrera with it. We have 4:05 to go. Still a 12-point ball game. And Tony Awino gets the pass from Aniso, and Tony lays it in. It's a 10-point ball game.
Game not over yet.
No, it isn't. It goes to Sophia Trujillo across the timeline. Sophia now is double teamed. We're going to have a timeout taken by Ray Romero, and we're going to have a couple of substitutions. Ray is going to bring in his two big girls, Tara McDonald and Emma Raven. So she's going to try to get some height underneath. But right now, what they mainly need ball handlers.
Yeah, absolutely. Pojoaque has been very, very aggressive on the defensive end. If the Elkets can get a stop here, this is going to become a very, very interesting ball game very quickly.
Yeah. So Abby Martinez is now checked in. So Abby, Tara, and Emma are the new girls into the ball game for Los Alamos. We're not sure. We'll see who the remaining two are. But Pojoaque is making a game out of this as the Hilltoppers just dominated the first half, and it actually, it was a pretty even third quarter. Hilltoppers won that quarter 12-11, but Pojoaque now is settling down, and they're starting to get in the groove. So Carly Holland's still in the ball game for Los Alamos, along with Sophia Trujillo. Now they're going to get it to Sophia, and Hilltoppers right now are in a weave. So they're running a stall offense right now. Gigi Romero will get it to Sophia Trujillo, back to Tara McDonald. So right now, a lot of movement by Los Alamos. I mean, everybody's moving for the Hilltoppers, and doing a good job of running that offense. Tara McDonald, Tony Awino all over her. Boy, get it to Gigi Romero. Gigi going to bring it to Tara.
Oh, this McDonald is a classic weave here.
Yes. So it's just Hilltoppers right now trying to run some clock, and they've done a pretty good job. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Hilltoppers up by 10. So Hilltoppers are going to try to just ice this one. Tara McDonald having a lot of trouble finding somebody to get it to. And then we're going to have a foul. And that one is going to go to Alyssa Herrera, and that'll be her second. Who was it, 30? Oh, 30, not 3. So that's it. Tony Awino. Underneath, they get it to Tara McDonald. Tara going up against Awino. That's a tough job.
Yeah, it is. But Tony picks up the foul. That is her fourth.
Yeah, she just picked up her fourth personal. She got through the first half with only one, but she's picked up 3 here. And that is the 7th team foul. So Hilltoppers are going to be in the 1-and-1 from here on. And that's good work to the Pojoaque's advantage. If they, of course, coaches nowadays don't understand the 1-and-1. So Tara McDonald puts up the shot, 2 of them, and misses both of them. So she has 3 points in the ball game, and it's 2:40 to go. Still a 10-point ball game. They bring it now to Awino, and Awino, we're going to have a reach-in foul. This is going to go to Tara McDonald. So Tara picks up the personal. That'll be her first. Yes, and that is the 5th team foul on Los Alamos. So it'll be inbounded by Pojoaque under their own basket. They get it into Aquino. Aquino just shoves Tara McDonald out of the way with her shoulder, and Tony just puts it in for 2. She had 3 points, 3 free throws in the first half, and the first quarter actually, and then she did not score in the third quarter, and so right now she has 6 points in this quarter. So that is right now, Mike. It's an 8-point ball game.
Unbelievable. Toppers looked like they were just about ready to shut the door there in that third quarter. This has been a really hard-nosed comeback here by the Cats here on senior night, and 6 points in the quarter for Tony Awino and Anissa Herrero doing her level best, despite I think just playing basically with one arm at this point. So she has 4 points. So Toppers have only managed one field goal in this quarter. That was by Emma Raven. So 2:29 remaining. The Toppers have not really gotten a whole lot going on the offensive end for about the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, 1 field goal and 2 free throws.
So this is going to be it's going to be a little bit more interesting of a finish than I think we were expecting.
No, I thought we were just going to, just like they did in Los Alamos, just cruise to the victory. But Hilltoppers will inbound under the Pojoaque basket. And with an 8-point ball game, 37 to 29, full court press. They bring it into Carly Holland. She's in a double team, gets it out to Abby Martinez. Martinez back to Carly. Carly brings it across the timeline. So Carly now on the dribble picks up her dribble. Anissa Herrera all over her, and they're going to call Carly for travel.
And her pivot foot slipped again. I am convinced there's something going on with her shoes.
Yeah, she's been having a lot of trouble. So everybody else seems to be fine, but Carly keeps she's gone down a number of times. 8-point ball game, 2 minutes to go. They're going to bring it to Aquino. Aquino going to dish it underneath to Uriosti. Annika with the shot on the baseline, and Annika is going to be fouled.
No, they're going to call Gigi Romero, but they're going to call that on the pass attempt. So it's going to be on the floor.
Yeah, so Gigi gets the personal, but they don't get the free throws. They inbound it. Now Gigi steals it away for Los Alamos, coming down the floor, dribbling left-handed, and boy, they're all over her. And so finally Ray Romero calls a timeout. Because, boy, I'm telling you, Pojoaque is really being aggressive now. I mean, they're just after everybody with the ball. And so Gigi, on that foul down there where Annika Urosti went to the basket, and I thought she was fouled, but she was fouled. But they're going to say, they said it was before the shot. And then when they inbounded it, Gigi stole it away, came roaring down the left sideline, dribbling left-handed the entire way. Finally got it across the timeline, and then she was able to pull up. But Pojoaque is just, they're not holding back at this point.
No, they have absolutely nothing to lose here. 1:48 remaining, still an 8-point ball game. So the Toppers need to take advantage of this possession. See if they can push this back up to double digits. Toppers, like we said, just have the 1 field goal in this quarter. That was by Emma Raven, and a couple of free throws by Michelle Macias.
Yeah, 4 points.
So, yeah, just the Pojoaque defense has just been that aggressive, and Los Alamos just hasn't had a whole lot of openings.
They inbounded to Gigi Romero. She's immediately double teamed, and to get out of the double team, she scoops the ball over the arm of one of the double teamers. Major palming the ball.
Yeah, you can't do that. that is illegal.
Yeah. Well, that's how she got out of the double team anyway. Anissa Herrera gets the screen from Tony Awino, goes up, puts the shot up. She's fouled. So Anissa will go to the free throw line with 1:31 to go. 8-point ball game. But Anissa at the free throw line, well, she's been there. Well, she was only been there twice, and that in this fourth quarter. She made both of them. So she can cut this to a 6-point ball game. First one's in. Second one, she's ready to shoot. Minute and a half to go. 7-point ball game as the Hilltoppers are blowing Pojoaque out of the pit here in Pojoaque. And Anissa's second shot also good. We're looking, Mike, right now at a 6-point ball game.
Unbelievable.
Full court press. Comes now to Gigi Romero. Romero Going to bring it up to Sophia Trujillo, the freshman, across the timeline. Gets it to Carly Holland. Holland decides to take it to the hole. I don't think Pojoaque was expecting that. And Carly just took off the hole and laid it in with his left hand. Nice. 10 points now for Carly. Tony Aquino gets the pass in the lane, turns around, kind of muscles her way in a little way, puts the shot up, and she's fouled. Let's see who's going to.
I think it's going to go to Gigi.
Yeah, this is good. So Gigi's going to pick up her 4th personal. And that is the 7th team foul on Los Alamos, or the 8th team foul. Let me correct that. And Aquino at the line misses the first.
She's a very good free throw shooter, but could not get that one to fall.
Yeah, she before that, so she drops that in. Now we're looking at a 5-point ball game, or 7-point. I forgot about Carly. So Sophia Trujillo says, I'm going to take it all the way, and she does.
Oh, what a move. Unbelievable. Trujillo heading straight to the basket. Had I think Harland on the other side and made a great fake against Aguino, and Aguino was just caught flat-footed. What a move there by the freshman.
Yes. Yeah, that was something. She just came in and she had Tony backed up back there, but she certainly made Tony think she was going to pass it. What a beautiful fake. So we have a personal foul now. That's going to be called on Marissa. Let's see. That was going to go to, to Maya Gonzalez. That's her 4th. And at the free throw line right now is Sophia Trujillo. She puts in the first. She's going to shoot one more. And she drops that one in.
What a game for the freshman here, getting the start tonight, and she has made the most of it.
Yeah, she really has. 43-32 right now, an 11-point ball game. So it was moments ago. It was just they had almost cut it down to 5. Tony Ovino with it. The rebound is going to come down finally to Tara McDonald. They bounce it up the floor to Carly. Whoa, Carly! I mean, they just.
Oh boy, that could be called an intentional.
Yes,
that was just a pull down. The officials don't like to do that, and if that's on Salazar, and I think it is, she is
that's
done.
Her 5th. Yeah, she.
But then she just grabbed her by the shoulder and kind of yanked her to the ground.
Yeah, she did. And she was the young lady that got the technical. So Carly puts up the 1-1. That's off. That's an unusual miss. So right now we have 15 seconds to go. Hilltopper's up. Going to go to Anissa Herrera. Herrera coming down the left side of the lane, gets a handoff from Tony Awino, and Anissa will go back to the free throw line again. And this one's going to go to Gigi, and that's all for Gigi. So Gigi will check out of the ball game after Anissa shoots her first free throw. So rolls around and comes off. They got Gigi with 5 fouls. Gigi still out there ready to go.
Yeah, they should have.
They should have brought her out right away.
He tried to pull a Mark Santini on me. I said,
So Angelo Atencio having a little laugh there with Ray Romero after Gigi fouled out. Should have left the floor immediately, but did not.
Yes. So Anissa misses both free throws. There's 10 seconds to go, full court press. And I think they're going to call a 5-second violation on the Hilltoppers. Couldn't get it in against the press in time. So 11-point ball game. 10 seconds to go. Whoa. And Annika Uriosi hits the floor. 3-point shot from outside by by Anissa. Battle for the rebound is going to come down to the Hilltoppers. 3 seconds to go. Here comes Tara McDonald at the buzzer. Whoa.
I don't know if that would have counted.
I don't think it would have counted, but it came off the front. A little too hard off the glass. Came off the front of the rim, but that's going to do it. So the Hilltoppers, who sat on 4 points forever, finally do move it out to 10 points as they win this ball game 43-32. So the Hilltoppers coming up with 10 points in that quarter, and Pojoaque coming up with 15. So they cut the lead down, but boy, they were on a roll. But the Hilltoppers finally came back as a couple of nice moves by the Hilltoppers. Carly Holland and Sophia Trujillo kind of turned things around in a hurry. So anyway, that'll do it. So the Hilltoppers are going to end up, they're going to be 11-13 on the season, and they're going to be 2-6 in district play, which means that they now have 4th place. Pojoaque has 5th place, and let's see, it's now Moriarty and Taos and Espanola are all battling in that top 3. So it's anybody's ball game up there. And so anyway, if we have it correct, and I'm not sure we do, the district tournament should start on Monday night, and it'll be the higher seed team. So it'll be team number 5 going against team number 4. So Pojoaque would travel to Los Alamos for another battle on Monday night. The Hilltopper boys will finish up their season tomorrow as they'll take on Pojoaque. But Hilltoppers have already clinched 3rd place. They can't go up and they can't go down. So if that is the case, they would play. That would give them a bye into the quarterfinals. And I think we're ready here. I think Mike has all his scores added up.
Yeah, it sure do, Gene. For the Hilltopper tonight, they were led by the freshman Sophia Trujillo. She ended up with 11 points. She had 4 points. She had a bucket and then a couple of big free throws, 1-and-1 chances in that 4th quarter to kind of help seal it after the Elkettes battled their way back into this contest in the 4th quarter. But Sophia getting the start tonight, the 5'4" freshman, and she ends up with 11. She leads the team. Carly Holland had 10 points tonight. She had, I believe, the only 3 of the ball game for Los Alamos, that coming in the 3rd quarter. And yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Wow. How many times have you watched the Los Alamos Pojoaque game and there have been exactly 2 3-pointers?
Yeah, that's it.
That doesn't happen very often. So it's an interesting ball game tonight. But Holland ends up with 10 points, 6 points for Gigi Romero, and 4 points for Emma Raven, 3 points for Tara McDonald, and 2 points each for Dalen Rodriguez and Michelle Macias. For the Elkettes tonight, Anika Urioste kind of got things going for the Elkettes tonight. Started getting hot there in that 3rd quarter, helped lead the comeback attempt. She ended up with 11. She had 9 of those in the 3rd quarter. Tony Aguino had ended up with 10, and she had 7 of those coming in the 4th quarter. And Anissa Herrera finished with 9, actually only 4 Pojoaque Elkettes ending up in the scoring column tonight. Lauren Salazar, the freshman, had 2 points and 5 fouls. So that was her night. But yeah, I got like we said, Gene, got a little bit more interesting there toward the end of the ball game than I think we were expecting. The Elkettes very aggressive with their full court pressure, and Los Alamos, if they have an Achilles heel, I think that's it. Just pressuring the ball. That's when we've seen them really struggle to kind of get just really even get their passes down and set themselves out on the offensive end. We're able to do enough tonight. That big take there by Holland right there at the end of the ball game that it, like you said, Gene, I don't think any of the Elkets expected. I think everyone expected her to pull back and try to run a little bit of clock, but the Red Sea parted for her and she put it in.
Yes.
So we saw a couple of those, but nice. The Toppers able to close this one out, even with the pressure provided by the Elkets, and we're able to close it out and get the well, I was going to say the season-ending victory. It is not the season-ending victory, but they get the district season-ending victory, and see if that'll provide them at least a bit of really. The lights are off here, and
they've turned off all the lights.
Everything.
So anyway,
they might be telling us something here, Gene.
A little bit, yes. So that'll do it. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night as the Hilltopper boys are going to take on Pojoaque. That's a 7:00 game. The girls are going to play Rio Grande at 1:00. So anyway, this is Gene Martinson for Mike Mays and for John McHale and Nate Limbeck and for Carol Clark of the Daily Post. I want to thank you for tuning in, and the Hilltoppers winning this ball game. And like Mike said, a little more interesting than we thought it was going to turn out. Anyway, so that'll do it. So have a great tomorrow, and you can make it an even better Saturday. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart, and don't forget to hug that penguin. But the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And night-night, sweetie pie. I love you, honey. Love you a lot. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hello, I'm Commander Oliver Morris with the Los Alamos Police Department. It's an exciting time to live in Los Alamos. With the increase in hiring at the lab, we've seen more motorists and visitors come to Los Alamos. But with that, we've also seen an increase in traffic. And with traffic, we also get calls of distracted driving, speeding, and sometimes aggressive driving. Please join me in reducing these calls. Our officers are going to be out in force looking for these types of driving behavior. If you see something, please call us at our non-emergency line or our emergency line. We appreciate your partnership in helping keep our community safe, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Troy Hughes with Los Alamos Fire Department, reminding you that fall's upon us and winter's soon coming, so we'll start using our appliances more, like our furnace, our fireplaces. Make sure you get those appliances checked by a certified technician, especially the fireplaces. Make sure you've got a good chimney sweep, get that thing good and clean and ready to burn, and make sure you have a good working CO detector and smoke